Hi everyone, this is a very quick video just to show you where some resources are and how you might proceed in starting to review and practice for free response questions. Um, everything, I'm trying to put everything inside this online learning folder on Schoology. So if you go inside that folder, there's instructions here. Um, it doesn't really say much, just some basic instructions about when I'm available, anything that suggestions you can give me or how I can help. Please give me that information. But most of it I put in the AP test review folder right here. So there's also instructions in there, which as of Friday, we found out that the test is not going to be multiple choice and free response. It's just going to be free response. It's just going to be 45 minutes. Um, that's really all we know right now. You take it at home. There's going to be 2 dates available to choose from. You might want to take it sooner. You might want to take it later. We don't know if there's going to be 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions. We really don't know any of that. We're going to hopefully find all that out on April 3rd. My guess is, since it's half of the normal free response time, is it's going to be 2 questions. Um, but there's links here for the College Board updates and stuff. The College Board also is going to be posting some review videos that just reviews material, doesn't really talk about the test in general, just talks about the material. So if you wanted to review array lists, theoretically they would eventually put a video to review that. Right now, those go live on the 25th. The first ones coming are not actually that useful because they're not stuff that's now tested. Right now, what's tested is just units 1 through 7. I'll talk about what that is in just a minute. But the videos will be at this link here or here. That's the same link there. There's also a bunch of assignments on CS Awesome that will help you practice free response. I'll show you those too as we go along. Um, so that's kind of the information here. If you look on the College Board site right now and you scroll down to AP Computer Science A, you can see the first one's coming up on the 25th are going to be about Unit 9, which is not on the test. That's inheritance. So that's really maybe interesting and useful to you if you want to learn about inheritance, but doesn't help you on the AP test at all. So, but keep an eye on here for other ones that do. They say after these, they're coming up with ones that are actually tested content. So that's what's in this instruction document. The next thing here is a link to the CS Awesome, which is also linked in the instruction document. Hopefully you're used to coming here. If you log in and click on assignments, then you can see I've narrowed it down to all just free response practice. That's all on, and just the ones that are relevant for this year's test. So if you want to try any of those, um, whatever, a random string chooser. Really only part A is relevant because part B used inheritance, and that's not on the test this year. I'll still go over what's on the test and not on the test. Um, so you try any one of these, you want to try that, let's say it's just this one, hidden word. Just click on it. It will click on that very first link. It'll talk you through, give you examples. This is kind of exactly the text that came with the hint, and then you try and solve it here, and then run it, see how you do. So that's what's there in the CS Awesome. On this next link here, there's a bunch of places you could practice. So um, let me before I go into that, let me show you what is actually on the uh, the test. So it's everything up to Unit 7. So Unit 1 is primitive objects, so just like your variables and math and stuff like that. Unit 2 is objects. That's a lot of string methods. So any of that is fair game. Unit 3 is Booleans, if statements, if else's, stuff like that. Unit 4 is loops. Obviously, there are probably going to be loops on there. Unit 5 is writing classes, class definitions. No inheritance there, so just regular old class definitions, private variables, constructors for sure, and some sort of methods. In unit 6 and 7 are one-dimensional arrays, no two-dimensional arrays, just one-dimensional arrays with square brackets, and array lists with those array list methods on the quick reference. That's it. My guess is that the original format was question 1 will be on methods and control structures. So just not no arrays, no array lists, just writing methods with loops and if statements and variables and stuff like that. Question 2 is on classes. Writing a class definition. Question 3 is on array and array lists. So I'm guessing you're going to get 2 from those 3 questions, but who knows? We don't know that much yet. Okay, so that's the stuff that's in there that will be testable. There is in here past free response questions. I put this spreadsheet. I made a spreadsheet of all the past year's questions going back to like 2004. And the ones I highlighted in yellow are ones that would be pretty much fair game and a good match for this year's test. If it's not highlighted at all, it's not worth probably your time for this year's test. Like for instance, last year's question 4, this was a 2D array question, and that's not on this year's test. So if you're gonna look here, you can concentrate on the ones that are highlighted in yellow. If it's highlighted in gray, it's a decent match, but not as good of a match as the ones that are highlighted in yellow. So you can click on here on any one of these, and if you go over to the resources tab here, you can see the questions. So if you want to see the questions from 2019, you can click here. Scoring guidelines, that'll give you the canonical solutions and rubric. If you want to read what the chief reader had to say, or the question and answer, what people did right, what a lot of people did wrong, they're in here. If you have BlueJ installed and you want actually runnable code, you can download at this link here. All of that is in there. So that's the spreadsheet there. There's CodingBat, of course, you can always practice there or on Practiceit or on CodeHS. Great videos on CodeHS for review material as well. Here's a YouTube with a bunch of videos. Study guides at this resource. If you want to do practice on Replit, which is basically an online coding editor, you could click on one of these 2 links. And if you'd rather do it online, you can do it that way. So here's AP questions. Like this is the frog simulation one from 2018. And your job is to write the methods in the frog simulation class, which are down here. So in the instructions you could read, you're supposed to implement this method, simulate method, you do some hopping, and see if you get over the line, stuff like that. So that's what's in there. There's 2 different places to do Replit questions. There's code step-by-step, just more general Java practice. The College Board, that's another link to the College Board review. And all the past, this is the College Board site with all the past questions. There you kind of have to match them up to the ones that are relevant for this year's test. So that is all the stuff in the in that document right there. The review resources. That's another link to the College Board. If you want to look at the quick reference, it's in there. Under the tips and extra resources, there's just some general tips. And again, the unit guide is in there as well. So that's just kind of what's in this folder. Hopefully that's helpful. I don't know if it is, but I'm going to be trying to make some more videos on specific free response questions and how to do them, how to go about them, how to break them down and solving them in some videos. And I will be posting those also on Schoology eventually when I can get to them. But hopefully we can meet soon and talk and think about other ways. And I'm totally open to all suggestions. I know the situation is really frustrating for me and maybe for you as well. So let me know if there's anything that would be you think would be helpful at all, and I'm happy to do it. Okay, thanks everyone, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.